I was texting with a friend earlier today, and she said some pretty insightful things, which led to a train of thought, more conversation, and then a really cool channel. Well, I think was a really fun and cool channel. So, my friend is experiencing some stuff, as we all are experiencing some stuff in this energy, and things seem to be coming out in the physical a lot more, like expressing themselves a lot more. People are like physically hurting themselves or are developing, things. And I can't help but think that, like, of course, energetically speaking, like there's emotional things attached to it and da da da. So my friend's been going through some things, and she just said this most beautiful piece about learning how to love herself authentically, and then she went through some physical things that she's noticed in her, like, I love in her awareness of herself, because like personally myself, like, not that I'm weaker, but I feel like my muscles, but I haven't really been doing a lot of toning on them, right? So, but you can feel the difference between when you feel really strong versus when you're not, right? So she's noticing these awarenesses in herself, and she's kind of like correlating each awareness to just different aspects of what's been going on, and da da da. And at the end of it all came back to, like, maybe the question was, maybe this was the universe's way of getting her to really feel deep and authentic love for herself, no matter how she shows up. So that was kind of the tone that followed the day in so many different spaces. But then in further conversation with another person, we were talking about different aspects of ourselves that it took a long time for us to learn to love or learn to like, right? And the fact that we're learning to love and learning to like is great. That's the first step. But I think there's something, like, not ego in a bad way, but the way it came across was like, what if we can be superficial with ourselves in order to be in that frequency of where we want to be, or to attract things that we want, and think that that is the only way that is going to do it, right? So what it really came down to was like, okay, I used my hair for example. So because I hated my hair for so long as a kid and into my early adulthood, and then once I started, like, not caring about, not that I wasn't caring about it, but like not caring whether I liked it or not, and just started styling it and playing with it because I'm like, it's here, I may as well use it, right? And then once I started doing that more, I started enjoying that process, and then I started enjoying the hair, and then I started noticing that I was, becoming attractive, and I was like, oh, and then that kind of set these other things into play. So I was being authentic, but as authentic as I had, like, met myself, right? And once the hair got into a space where, like, okay, no, this is like literally where we're at, it's been taking a lot to just get back into that embodied space of, like, yeah, it's here. But what if I can actually learn how to love it exactly as it is? Like, do what I did before, but on a deeper level. You know what I mean? So where this all kind of led to was a really funny and woo-woo kind of space. But I was like, so what if what my friend said about learning to love yourself so deeply and authentically went along with this, us showing up almost superficially to a point? What if those two combined were like, this is kind of like where our evolution is coming through. Can you learn to love yourself and your scars? Like, can you love yourself this way? Can you love yourself that way? can you love yourself in every single which way authentically and not just having to make it work? Can you truly just love the fact that you exist and the body that you've been given, because it's all such a gift, right? And once we start kind of embodying that and then playing with things might be able to stick a little bit better. But the whole point was coming to a space collectively of such authentic acceptance that, here's the woo-woo part, that if something like aliens were to happen, to come, they want to connect, right? Say they were more peaceful than us, I don't know, or what have you, like whatever ones want to connect, they wouldn't be able to, because we have such discord amongst ourselves as it is, based on judgments and looks and religion and sexuality and all these things that separates us. Something so different than what we accept as human would be scary to us, and we would probably, I mean, any type of new thing is going to be scary to us, and we're learning to accept the uncomfortable and the unknown in different ways. But what if all of this is like training and building up to like meeting the aliens or whatever, meeting something that is not like us, or into our evolution, say we lose our bodies and become light bodies or whatever down the line. There has to be some kind of I can't even say it anymore. An acceptance of our own authenticity. That it doesn't matter whether we have bodies, they have bodies. It's just like love through energy and love through spirit, or understanding, or the feeling of, you know, this feels right, this doesn't feel so good. Like, when it comes down to those aspects, the looks don't really matter. The material stuff doesn't matter. So what if something new wants to come into our awareness and our existence, but is scared to do so because it doesn't want to die? Mr. Burns, it brings love, break its legs, you know? They don't want that, maybe? Or whatever we're turning into, we need to accept, because this is just where we're evolving. I don't know. It's a pretty big message. There's a lot of pieces to it, but I really like and enjoy the space of showing up in love and I can't even say it. Showing up in love authentically. There we go. Have a great day.